Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed judges and fellow debaters, I stand before you today representing the negative side, the second speaker of the negative side on the debate of whether advertising to children should be restricted. Before I dive into my arguments, I'll give you a glimpse of what our side believes. In our world, we understand the concerns about advertising to children and the importance of protecting the youngest generation, humanity's so-called future. However, we may not be the best solutions. My speech is composed of two parts. Firstly, I would like to start with some rebuttals to the first affirmative speech. So, their speech mainly centers around the argument that the motion protects vulnerable audiences, that children are too easily influenced by the media. And while it's true that children are a very vulnerable audience, having restrictions on advertising may not be the most effective way to protect them. In many cases, parents are already taking measures to monitor their children's media consumption. Blanket advertising restrictions might also inadvertently limit their access to beneficial and educational content that is made for children. For example, educational programs, books, or websites that mainly rely on advertising revenue to support their content may not be able to continue, and that is not beneficial for the children because it hinders their learning. Restriction of all advertising to children could hinder their access to such valuable resources. With all that being said, now I'll dive into my arguments. My first argument is freedom of speech. In our society, we value the freedom to express our ideas. We believe that restricting advertising to children could limit this important of freedom. Advertisers have their valid reasons to promote their products to children. If we impose strict rules, we risk stifling creative innovation in advertising, which can harm the economy and limit diverse ideas. For example, think about a small business owner who creates educational and fun content for kids through advertising. Overly restrictive regulations might prevent them from reaching the audience, affecting their business and limiting what children can learn and enjoy. My second argument is the clear rules and regulations. One of the challenges in restricting advertising to children is the complexity of rules. Defining what counts as advertising to children and what is considered harmful content can be confusing. Consider this: how do we tell if content is meant for children or just appeals to a broad age range? Vague rules can lead to legal conflict and confusion for advertising and media platforms. Having clear and straightforward regulations is essential to avoid unintended consequences and ensure fairness. So in conclusion, while we understand the affirmative side concerns about advertising affecting children and etc., we believe that restriction may not be the best answer and it hinders children from opening their knowledge. So with all of that being said, that is why I believe that the motion must fall. That is the end.